3 books to understand the collapse of the Ottoman Empire and the birth of an independent Turkish Republic. Today's a very important anniversary because on this day in 1920, the Treaty of Sèvres was signed, ending the Ottoman Empire's involvement in the First World War and ending the Ottoman Empire as well. The Allies had decided they were going to partition Turkey up, slicing it between the Greeks, the Italians, the French, the British, and just leave a little bit of Turkey left for the Turks. But that didn't happen. Here are some great books to understand the collapse of the Ottoman Empire and the man who led the rebirth of the Turkish nation. The Last Days of the Ottoman Empire by Gingeras. This looks at the root causes of the collapse of the Ottoman Empire, the desperate efforts to bring about reform and change, the elites who understood that change was absolutely necessary but didn't know how to bring it about exactly. It also looks at how the Ottoman Empire was unable to adapt properly and ultimately collapsed. The Fall of the Ottoman Empire by Eugene Rogan. This looks at the Ottoman Empire's involvement in the First World War and how the existing tensions and pressures within the Ottoman Empire that were already boiling over, but maybe, just maybe, the Ottoman Empire was able to steer its way through and could have survived up to this very day if it hadn't been for those tensions having their lid blown off by Turkey's involvement in the First World War. This is a brilliant and gripping book. It looks at some very controversial topics that are still alive today. And if you want to understand why the Ottoman Empire collapsed, this is a great place to start. After the treaty was signed, Turkey looked like it was no more. It was the end of thousands of years of Turkish history. It was going to be divided up into these tiny little areas, but there was one man who said absolutely not. There was one man who insisted on leading the fight back and who saved Turkey as an independent nation, and that man is Mustafa Kemal Atatürk, one of the most important figures in modern 20th century history and the most important figure in the history of Turkey in recent times. Mustafa Kemal Atatürk. He was the hero of the Battle of Gallipoli and he led the fight back against the Treaty of Sèvres that would have ended the nation of Turkey as we know it. A brilliant book to read about him is Andrew Mango's Atatürk. All these books are available by clicking the link in my bio. Follow Ancient to Recent for more fantastic historical content and great curated reading lists just like this.